So hi everyone, I'm Tim. I'm from CommuniDAO. My partner in this is Julian Quattro. He's also a member here of SCF. And in the past, I've built other things on Stellar, like worked on turrets and yield blocks. And before that, I built a protocol called Distributed Computer that it's out of Canada. But before that, I ran a business. Julian works in product development. We're both full stack developers. He has more of a focus on the front end in this, and I do more of the back end, like the contracts and stuff. What is CommuniDAO? It is basically an NFT based membership DAO with the hopes of taking away the economic problem of DAO voting. So basically, your membership and voting rights are based on your reputation within a community. And at its core, basically, it's a DAO deployer where you create a DAO called a community. Memberships work by nominating new members, and then existing members vote to allow them into the community. There's different tiers in each community, and those tiers can work either for the tiers work basically as like your treasury, your different departments of a DAO, or they could work as like a higher tier has more say in their votes. This submission, we've been building this for about 6 months. It started off as just a Discord bot, but in this submission, we are aiming to make it a lot broader by having an integrations SDK, which will allow a lot more metadata for the reputation management, and the integrations go both ways. So like with Discord, we could get information about how you participate in the community and use that to affect your reputation score in the community. And we can also have the DApp control things like your roles within Discord to give you different permissions based on your membership level. So yeah, slide is not changing. Here we go. So basically I have a short demo of what we have. It's easier to talk about by showing it. We've built a custom authentication system that uses your Stellar wallet. And I don't know if anybody knows what Snapshot UI is, but there is a directory of communities that you can access. So I'm just going to show you an example of deploying a community and try to talk about the advantages of it while I do that. You start off by clicking login, and after you log in, you give your email address, and your account is linked to your email. We plan to add SMS and other OAuth services like Discord or GitHub, but for now we're using your email. You get the verification code. Verification code's unique to every login, so there's no password to worry about us losing. We try to store as minimal user data as possible, even with the reputation management system. We've built a custom wallet SDK that allows connecting with multiple different Stellar wallets, Albedo, Rabbit, Freighter, Wallet Connect, Expo. We're using the SEP 10, I think it is, method of authentication with this right now. However, once Soroban is enabled, we might be able to do a different type of auth that actually makes a contract call. But basically, we generate a challenge and give that challenge to you to sign. You confirm that challenge, log in. That verifies ownership of the account on Stellar without having to expose any of your personal details to the chain, because that transaction is never submitted. After you log in, you can see there's like a directory of communities. You go into those communities to view proposals, view members. But in this case, we're going to go ahead and create a community. As you can see, you just give it the name and description. The next screen is for the integrations. We're calling them apps right now. Right now the Discord app is fully integrated, but we are planning to add GitHub and Slack as sample integrations also this quarter. And with that, it will allow integrations with those other social platforms as well as Discord. But the way it works with Discord right now is we use a thing called linked roles. And so in order for us to not basically control your data, you create an app inside your Discord developer console and then put that information in, and our DApp hosts that application, that bot. You join it to your server or multiple servers and set different rule sets in order to manage the membership reputation and roles. Now, part of that integrations SDK I mentioned will also allow for integrations with other DApps. So if you can imagine you want to make a cross-contact call as a proposal, we're trying to build basically a set of building blocks for proposal creation to make it so that you don't have to be a developer to participate in a community, and also allow third-party developers to monetize their integrations. So basically you can set fees that are charged with different functions like voting or proposal creation after those integrations are installed. And then those fees go into what we call a community trust, which is the equivalent of a DAO treasury. And those funds can be used in proposals and for funding other things within the community. A lot more things I could talk about, but that's all I have for now. And our website, CommuniDAO.cc, we have a Discord server. You can test out the linked roles function, but it is not live on Soroban yet because we're using mainnet and classic tokens still on that version. That version's deployable right now, and you could use it in your Discord server. The new version will not be functional in a production environment until after mainnet release, but we expect to have that ready in time for when the validator vote happens to be live basically at day one of Soroban.
Thank you so much for presenting. This was great. I think like Morgan and like folks are sharing some love. We need a community union. So let's see. Milan actually has a question. How low are you setting entry points to create a DAO or community? Is it good that everybody can create a DAO, or were there cases where we can learn from security-wise, like 51 attack, etc.?
Yeah, so in order to create a community, the CommuniDAO app itself is not actually a DAO. I've looked at doing that, but it is not on our roadmap right now. Every community is separate from each other. Yes, we plan to add a basically a gatekeeping fee so that there's not just tons of communities being created for no reason. And what was the other part of that question?
Yeah, like kind of learning in cases from security-wise. Have you thought about some potential cases that could happen?
Yeah, so that will have to do with our proposal and basically our proposal creation method, because through proposal creation, you could manipulate variables within each community. So I have a bit of an information security background myself, but I do hope to have our contracts audited at some point in the future. That will probably not have been done at day one of launch. So our contracts will be upgradable. We're working with another SCF project, Smart Deploy, to help make deploying super easy. And I guess the goal is for the end user for it to be real seamless, where they just have to sign a couple transactions and not necessarily know how to do anything with code.
Awesome. Well, that's great to hear. It looks like folks find it super cool, nicely done. Definitely keep up the good work. And I'm also very interested to see if we, for like the usage as well. So if there are some projects that you can get as beta users, that will be very interesting for me. So definitely there might be some more questions in the chat here, but we have to move on to our last but not least project. But thank you so much for presenting, Tim.
Thank you.